Our team just completed 57 separate audits of CRMs, the database, what you manage every day. And we've got 4 clear takeaways from those 57 audits that will help you go sell more houses. If you get some value out of this or you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a call with our team about how we can help you navigate all the leads in your CRM, keep it organized and stay on top of it so you can sell more homes and set more appointments, you can do that with the link in the comments. Our team just completed 57 separate audits of CRMs within our organization. And the reason you inspect is because a lot of people, they get educated, they say they know how to do all the things, then they take action. That's steps 1 and 2 of accountability. And step 3 is where people stop. They never inspect. They never go back and check their work. And I think about when I talk to my kids when they're studying and we tell them always check your work, take your time, make sure you're doing things properly. Well, we do the same things as real estate agents and adults. So there were 4 clear takeaways from these CRM audits. And I want to share them all here because there's a lot of value in this. And it's going to help you more effectively work the leads in front of you because we know in a flat transaction environment, in a market like we're seeing right now, or really any market, but especially in 2024, managing how you're communicating with people and how you're working them through the funnel is going to be critical, and it's going to help you set more appointments and sell more houses. Takeaway number 1, the stage of the lead is rarely correct. A lot of people will talk to somebody. They'll even set an appointment. Maybe they'll meet with them and they leave it as new or lead. We use Follow-Up Boss, so lead is the same as new in a lot of other CRMs. There's no change to the stage. And what the stage does, it puts people in a bucket. It puts prospects in a bucket so you know the frequency to be talking to them, how to communicate with them, what information you want to be sending over to them, and it allows you to have some targets, right? Because you want to be talking to your hottest people first and make sure you're getting in front of them. Well, if you have them as lead, but you already met with them, you're probably treating that person a lot differently than someone who set an appointment but didn't show up. So the stage management is hurting a lot of people because it doesn't enable them to have a game plan of today I'm going to be calling all my hot leads. Tomorrow I'm going to be calling my nurture leads. On Wednesday, I'm going to be calling all the people that set an appointment with me, but something came up. And throughout the week, I'm making sure I'm regularly talking to the people I'm showing homes to, that I've met with, that I've had listing appointments with, to try to get them to the next step. The category or the stage will give you a cadence based on however you're running your business. I'm not going to go through all the different stages. We'll be here all day. The wrong stage gives you no plan, and that's really a problem. That's takeaway number 1. Make sure your stages are right. The spoiler alert here is that every time you touch someone in the CRM, meaning you have a call, a text, an email, an emoji exchange, a video exchange, whatever, you want to make sure they're in the right stage. This should be constantly evaluated. That's number 1. Make sure the stage is right. It's often mismanaged. That was across the board. Takeaway number 2, there are no property drips or wrong property drips or bad property drips set up. The property drip is one of the most impactful tools. So some places call them e-alerts. Some CRMs call them property drips. Like I said, a seller should have sales activity in their neighborhood being sent to them regularly. I'm a big believer in not limiting it too much and also making it specific. So you can go to Zillow, see what their home's valued at, send homes a couple $100,000 on either side of that number, the same type of home, whether it's a townhome, a condo, a single family home, the same part of the school district, the same township. It should be relevant and local, and that should be happening at a regular frequency. That's what you want to do on the seller side. On the buyer side, it's the same thing, only it's based on what they're looking for. So if you had a conversation with somebody, you know what they're looking for. They've already told you. If you haven't, look at the home they inquired about and send them similar properties. Make sure you're sending enough. And whatever you do, don't use the mapping search function. It rarely works well. Oftentimes you're cutting off relevant data. I'm a big believer in letting the school district, the township, the town, the zip code, they can be your borders so people are getting a full breadth of information. And this should be delivered at a relatively frequent pace, whether it's once a month, twice a month, once a week. If they're actively searching, it should be in real time. The lack of a property drip, you know what that does? It's like when you're working at a custom donut shop and across the street a Dunkin' Donuts opens up. And instead of getting them to come to your store, you're allowing them to go to Dunkin' Donuts because they've heard of that from a lot of other places. Similar to a lot of the large real estate portals that are out there, like Zillow and Realtor.com, where there's off ramps to go talk to other agents. You want to keep them in your store. You want to keep these clients loyal and keep them coming back. So the lack of a property drip can be a fatal mistake that could cost you business. Takeaway number 3, there's no intentional follow-up set. It's very easy to call, text, and email someone once and just let them float into the CRM. I'm a big believer in intentional follow-up and working through your tasks on a daily basis. That way, you're not going to forget about it. And if it's something really important, you probably want to sync it and put it in your calendar. So the lack of intentional tasks creates large gaps in communication. I'm talking 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months, sometimes over 6 months. That's not someone that you're keeping inside the store, like we talked about, that you're keeping in communication with, because a lot of people forget leads. Whether it's a lead you generated, an online lead, an open house lead, an expired listing, doesn't matter. They're probably talking to other agents. They're not just your leads, they're other people's leads too. And the lack of an intentional plan is setting you up to fail because you're not following up with these people intentionally. Someone says, call me in 3 months. I'd like to call them in a month and a half. Someone says, call me Friday at 12 o'clock. That's got to be in there at the time I need to call them. And you want to have very intentional follow-up there. The way to manage that is with tasks set in the CRM to tell you exactly what to do. The CRM should be your personal assistant, not the other way around. So we've got lack of e-alerts and property drips, lack of intentional follow-up steps, the wrong stage, and the last one here is low call volume. A lot of people are relying on batch emails to get the message out. They're relying on text to get the message out. Lack of phone calls will kill your business in real estate. I don't care what anyone says. You can tell me you attract business. You can tell me you do all these other things. You have to talk to people on the phone. There is no question about it. Phone calls create conversations. Conversations create appointments, and appointments create sales. If you're only making 10 phone calls a week, 20 phone calls a week, you're never going to get to the level of business that you want. Maybe unless it's like selling 1 or 2 homes a year. High volume conversations will lead to high volume sales. And sometimes you got to call people 7, 8, 9 times just to get an appointment. And they're going to do things for their reasons, not yours. So that's why you have to have high volume conversations to work your way through all this. Those 4 things, correct all those inside your CRM and talk to me in 6 months. And I guarantee you, you're going to have a robust, booming real estate business.